Good evening. The latest across the northwest now from Granada reports. A driver in his 40s has died after a car crashed into the wall of a house in Blackburn. The crash happened on Gallagreaves Way on Saturday evening. The man got out of the vehicle but collapsed on a nearby street. He later died. Detectives want to hear from any witnesses, and particularly a woman, they say, who saw the man shortly after the crash. Many of the northwest's most deprived areas are prime targets for places to play slot and gambling machines, according to new figures. Adult gaming centres, as they're known, offer gamblers the chance to win thousands of pounds via machines. But the industry trade body denies targeting deprived communities. Tim Scott reports.
Open for 24 hours with machines that can pay out thousands of pounds. Adult gaming centres, or AGCs, are big business. But new research has found that around half of the centres are located in some of our most deprived neighbourhoods.
Somewhere like Stockport has got 3. Somewhere like Wigan has got 8. Just in Greater Manchester alone, we've got more than 80 adult gaming centres running 24 hours a day.
Jackie Olden has been campaigning for stricter regulation of AGCs. She handed a petition for a change in the law around them to 10 Downing Street earlier this year. It came after her mother Wendy gambled away around £40,000 while dying from lung cancer last year. Just how easy was it for your mum to spend money in the gambling centre?
Ridiculously easy. So they don't want any ID from you, they don't care who you are, they don't care where your money's come from, and they certainly don't care how much money you put in. Nobody's ever going to approach you and ask if you can afford to spend £10,000 or £11,000 in an adult gaming centre.
Why do they target deprived areas?
These are the sorts of places where, the sorts of places where people don't have a lot of hope. And when there's win £500 and spinning reels and jackpot this and continuous advertising of these people having a great time and winning loads of money, it puts into people's mind that this is a way out of the mess that they're in. And people believe it. And once you're in there and once you're in this chain, it's really difficult to get out of.
A spokesperson for BACTA, which represents the gambling industry, said operators do not target deprived areas. They take on long-term empty units and invest in high streets that need regeneration. Our sector is tightly regulated and we're continuing to raise standards through strengthened systems, better training and visible, safer gambling measures. Jackie, though, is adamant that the gambling companies are targeting deprived areas.
We used to have the payday loan shops on the high street. They would look to see how many betting shops are there. Well, that's obviously one of the most deprived areas, so they'd open a speedy cash there. That's exactly what the adult gaming centres are doing now. They're looking for the most deprived areas. This is definitely deliberate, it's intentional.
Jackie has helped get an early day motion for tighter regulation of adult gaming centres into Parliament next year. And she's hoping it will lead to no one else suffering gambling addiction like her mum. Tim Scott, ITV News, Manchester.
A toy shop in Liverpool was sealed off after it was burgled this morning. Police were called to a break-in at the Smith's toy store in Fazakerley just before 7 a.m. They say it isn't clear what was taken, but forensics teams have been working at the site. They're also looking through CCTV recordings. Arsonists have caused damage to a children's playground in Blackpool, estimated at more than £100,000. The support structure of the accessible playboat at the heart of Ankersholme Park was set on fire, leaving it unstable and beyond repair. No one's been arrested as yet. The area's councillor, who was involved in the original build, says he's devastated and angry.
It was fire retardant. Materials there melted that would not normally even burn. So this wasn't somebody who just lit a fire on a cold night and it got out of hand. This was done deliberately done to target and destroy something that was loved by many.
Now, this time 10 years ago, heavy rain battered Greater Manchester, causing widespread flooding and disrupting the lives of many people. Thousands were left without power and the damage to infrastructure ran to £11.5 million. Our reporter Emma Sweeney's paid a visit to one of the towns that was badly affected.
It was 2015. Christmas Day had barely passed and Rochdale had just been hit with Greater Manchester's worst floods in over a generation.
Everything's gone, everything's contaminated, everything with a screw cap. Even though, I mean, you just got to throw it away. We've got the carvers, the champagnes, all the corkage, everything's just been penetrated with water.
The flooding was due to unprecedented rainfall brought about by Storm Eva. Now that caused the river here to burst its banks, and that brought with it havoc.
And you can see how deep and flooded it got.
It was volunteers like Mohammed who stepped in to support those affected.
People were coming during the day, dropping off sandbags, urgent appeal had gone out, people were dropping off blankets, tinned food, cereals, breakfast, stuff that we needed for the days ahead, because people had lost all of their belongings or weren't allowed to go back into their buildings or their homes.
Following the floods, a multi-million-pound scheme was announced aimed at preventing a repeat of the devastation caused in Rochdale and nearby Littleborough. That construction work is far from over, but the council says its actions are already making a real difference.
I am very confident that we won't see flooding like that again in Rochdale, because we've put infrastructure in place. There's less water coming down into the town, there's less water coming down off the moors, and where it does come down, it's managed far better.
Here in our fluids lab.
But while experts say the flood defences will offer greater protection, they also warn there are limits to how much these measures alone can achieve.
You could spend endless amounts of money protecting an area or a city or a region from flooding, and it still might be overcome. Quite simply, with climate change, if you have a warmer world, the atmosphere can hold more water, and if the atmosphere can hold more water, you can have greater amounts of rainfall, and that's the simple physics of it.
And it is the laws of that simple physics that mean floods, which used to be described as once in a generation, are now happening far more often. Emma Sweeney, ITV News, Rochdale.
A 101-year-old D-Day veteran from Lancaster has been awarded the Freedom of the City. Richard Brock, who landed on Sword Beach that day, has been talking about his new honour to Paul Crane.
Sprightly as ever, Richard Brock didn't miss out on a chance to catch up with fellow D-Day veteran Ken Benbow. Richard, who landed on Sword Beach in June 1944, has been awarded the Honorary Freedom of Lancaster, and at the Sandbag Cafe for Veterans in Preston, the former East Lancashire Regiment soldier has some unusual privileges with his new title.
Graze my sheep through the city centre, especially at peak time.
Have you got any sheep?
Not yet. I've ordered half a dozen.
It's hard to believe Richard is 101 and is still a regular visitor to Normandy for each D-Day anniversary. He feels his role now is to educate younger generations about those who didn't come back home.
Everybody wants me to go here, there and there, and I want to carry on doing what they want me to do.
And Richard is determined to return to France next June for the 82nd anniversary of the Normandy landings.
I always like to go back there because a lot of my pals have got the headstones there, of course.
Paul Crone, ITV News.
Getting that winning feeling. FOW, sponsor of the Granada Sport Report.
To the World Darts Championship, and Warrington's Luke Littler will continue his bid to defend his title tonight as he faces Rob Cross in the fourth round. Earlier, Stockport's Nathan Aspinall suffered a shock defeat in round 3, losing by 4-3 to Kevin Dutz. The Dutchman will now face Crewe's Luke Humphreys for a place in the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, another star from the world of darts has condemned the abuse directed at his son on social media. World number 4 Stephen Bunting made an early exit from the tournament. He says he and his family have been upset by what he describes as hate directed at his 13-year-old son Toby, who's featured in social media videos alongside him. The Manchester United manager Ruben Amorim says he's previously refused to change his playing system to avoid looking weak. Amorim's favoured a back three defensive line since taking the reins at Old Trafford, but says he's now ready to adapt. He claims it's always been his plan to change, but he didn't want the players to think he was bowing to external pressure.
When you talk about changing the system all the time, I cannot change because the players will will understand that I'm changing because of you, and I think that is the end for the manager. So when we are playing well in our system, I think that is the moment to change, if it's the better thing to win the next game.
Now, pantomime season often brings some new takes on favourite children's tales, and on the Isle of Man, they're putting a local spin on Cinderella. The show gives local talent the opportunity to perform at the Gaiety Theatre in Douglas, and our Isle of Man reporter Joshua Stokes has been along to meet the cast.
Dancing their way into the new year, the cast of Cinderella are taking to the stage, with all the usual extravagant mix of comedy and costumes.
What are you talking about, dear? Extravagant?
This is just our sort of casual gear, really.
Yes. I mean, if you want to see me dressed up, wait till the end of the show.
It's not to say The annual performance gives local talent the chance to shine on the big stage, with a star-studded lineup fit for a Manx audience.
It's crazy. I never thought I'd be playing a role this big in my home theatre, really, ever. When I was little, I was always, you know, one of the ensemble dancers as a little kid, and I never thought, oh, I'll be one of them one day. It was just not on my radar, but it's absolutely amazing to do.
The story follows the classic tale of Cinderella, with plenty of Isle of Man references thrown in for good measure.
Are you still famous for your TTs? So am I!
Well, John obviously wrote it, hates to talk about it, but he did.
She doesn't like to mention that she actually wrote it.
No, I
as
don't
well.
like to talk about it.
You
No, I
don't,
really
do you?
don't. No, but I did. I wrote it. 98% of this entire production is Manx-based. Now, I've got to be honest with you, I'm not Manx-based. He's not Manx-based. But the thing is, you've taken us to our hearts. I told you last year I'm addicted to Isle of Man creamery butter. I actually have it shipped over. I'm not lying. I'm going to move here when I'm finished.
Oh, I second that. We're already sort of talking about our retirement home over here, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Cinderella runs until New Year's Eve, giving audiences plenty of time to get their festive panto fix.
Come and see it. It's magic. It's Christmassy. It's wonderful. It's perfect if you're 2 or 202. If you are 202 and you're coming, we will give you a free ticket.
It's always great to see you both.
It's always great to see you.
It's my highlight of the year, honestly.
It
really is. It really is.
Cuddle? Come on, here we go.
Love that proper highlight. The weather now. Here's Ross.
Mom, wet wipes, toilet or bin?
Bin. Why?
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Hello, good evening. Settled day for us today. Brighter breaks around. Still very much a chill in the air. We hold on to that as we make our way overnight. Some pockets of frost as we make our way into tomorrow morning. Again, we're looking at variable amounts of cloud, but it should stay dry and settled as we head through the next few days. There's high pressure over us at the moment, keeping things calm, but also dragging down that colder air from the north. If anything, temperatures set to drop even further as we make our way through the week and return some wintry weather as we head into the new year. For now, though, dry as we make our way through this evening and overnight, holding on to clearer spells underneath prolonged clearer skies with those lighter breezes, temperatures dropping down to around freezing. Certainly in the countryside, it's here we see that area of frost forming, temperatures down at around 1 or 2 degrees, even in some of our more built up areas. So into tomorrow morning, definite chill in the air. Again, we've got that feed coming in from the northeast, pushing those chilly winds and also quite a bit of cloud coming and going. But again, it should stay dry. Temperature-wise, we're looking at highs around 5 or 6 degrees. In the winds, though, it's feeling closer to around 2 or 3. Later Tuesday and into Wednesday, again, clear skies overnight. Frosty start as we head into New Year's Eve. Chilly day, but plenty of sunshine around as we end the year.
Cleaned up well.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Thanks, Ross. That's Granada Reports this Monday. There is more online at itv.com/Granada, and we're back on ITV1 in Good Morning Britain from 6 a.m. tomorrow. For now, though, from all the team, thanks for watching. Have yourself a great night.